What's happening, everybody? Hope everybody is staying safe and, more importantly, taking care of yourself and taking care of others. That's what we need to do in this world. Little bit of a controversial topic I wanted to discuss. A lot of people are really afraid to have this conversation, but it really behooves me that I was reading some articles today, and it's interesting because it was saying that some colleges are already losing between $100 and $120 million since this pandemic. I want you to think about that for the moment. If they're losing $100 to $120 million, then how much are they actually making? How much are their endowments? Like, what are they really doing? Like, what is the benefit? And I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I'm just opening up a dialogue of discussion. What is the benefit of going to college today? What are these kids going to do? What are they learning in college? Unless you're going to be a doctor or a lawyer, I totally get it. I'm talking about the 90% of those kids going to school who are not going to come out and be doctors and lawyers and accountants and everything else. Is it worth it for them to be wasting their time in school right now, especially since it's online? And even when they do go back to school, there's going to be social distancing laws. They're already talking about the bars not only allowing a certain amount of people in, the whole nine yards. So when I saw this staggering number, losing $100 to $120 million, I'm like, how much are they making? Like, how much are they making? It blows my mind. So the colleges are getting ROI, but the people graduating college, are they getting the ROI? So let's assume someone's going to college, they graduate college, and let's even go low. Let's go low. They have $100,000 in student debt. The interest rate on that is absolutely ridiculous. And let's say they go out and they get a $75,000 a year job to start. How do they survive? Like, is it better for these kids to get out into the real world? I mean, I gave my children that option. They could do whatever they want. I didn't tell them they had to go to college. But it's just amazing to me. It's amazing to me that not more people are having this conversation. It's the future right now. The future right now is already turning towards virtual everything. Now the colleges are charging the same exact price for virtual classrooms. My goodness, like it blows my mind. So why not just take the courses that you need for what you want to do? You want to go into fashion? Take classes in fashion. But take what you need. Take what you need to benefit you with what you want to go into. And again, this is just something that was popping into my head. I was reading this article and it drove me crazy. And the interesting thing is last night I was talking to one of my neighbors in front of my building, and I was saying to him, he was talking about how these kids are doing classes online, they're doing all these things, and I'm like, why are companies right now not doing virtual internships, like preparing kids for the summer? Why, if these kids can't have internships, why not do a virtual internship? Why not have them do sales over Skype calls or Zoom calls? Have them, whatever it may be. But I thought it was a great idea. And, I think that might be something that may happen in the future. But I just don't see how with this new world, I'm trying to fit into the equation. And if anybody I don't have the answer. I'm not saying I have the answer. I'm not saying what I'm talking about is the answer. But if anybody can explain to me, unless the children of our future are going to be doctors, lawyers, and accountants, I have to know what the benefit is of going to college right now. I really do. I want to know what the benefit is. Is it the experience? The experience is going to be totally different. It's going to be totally different, especially in the fall 2020 and spring of 2021. I mean, who knows what's going to change? Who knows how many colleges are going to end up losing money and raising tuitions, which is really going to strap these kids and strap the parents, for crying out loud. Where is the ROI? Is anybody talking about return on investment? Is there a return on investment? I want if you watch this, rather than judging what I'm saying, just think about it and ask yourself, did I learn anything in college that prepared me for what I'm doing today? Or am I doing, are you doing something completely different? And I ask this question because I know college didn't prepare me to spend 30 years on Wall Street. They taught me nothing about money. They taught me nothing about trading. They taught me nothing about IRAs and 401ks. They taught me nothing about global sales trading. They didn't teach me anything about that. No. Just like our kids in high school aren't being taught about money, but they're being taught about math that they're never going to use. Yeah, it is controversial. It is controversial. Some people talk about this in private. I'm going to bring it out in public. I'm looking out for the future. The future of this world, the future of our younger generation. Show me. I want to see. And again, exclude the professions that you need to go to college for. If that's your passion, I totally understand. Show me the ROI on going to college today. I want to know what it is, especially now in these times. Especially now. Where is it? Where's it coming from? How's it going to benefit our kids? How's it going to benefit the future? How's it going to benefit companies? How is it going to? And if we threw these kids right out in the world to become entrepreneurs, would that benefit them more? Is there more ROI? Is that going to build more character? Is that going to be the best experience for them to have? I just don't get it. I can't wrap my head around it. Especially after reading this article. Is college worth it? Other than those professions, I don't know. I was struggling with this. I see everything online. The college is still charging the same online, even for summer classes. I got the bill for my daughter's summer classes this summer. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. I mean, you've got to be kidding me. These kids are in quarantine taking classes online, and it's the same amount of money. These colleges are making a fortune. If they can afford to lose $100 million over 6 months, then guess what? They're making a hell of a lot more than that, because none of these colleges are panicking. They're even saying they'll continue to do it online. They'll do whatever they want. My opinion, the most successful kids today, I believe are the ones who are going to get fast-tracked and get out into the working world and learn from the people that know it best, and not learn what they don't need to know by going to college. I truly just don't get it. I don't get it. I don't see the return on investment. I don't see the return on time. Now, the return on time to the kids is, going to the bars, going to the frat parties, doing it all up. But my God, if these colleges can afford to lose $120 million while kids are online, this is, to me, everything's a business. The government is a business. I mean, the colleges are a business. The media is a business. That news that you guys are all so hooked on, that's a business. Man, I got to tell you, we are being so taken advantage of as a society in this country. It's funny how all these politicians talk about universal this and universal income and all this stuff, and we don't want to be communist, but they want to bring in socialism. Like, which is the best and which is who knows? Just let people do what the hell they want to do. Let them choose how they want to live their life. But I still want to have some opinions, or at least someone who can counter my argument by just saying, Mario, I figured out the formula. Here's the return on investment by sending our kids to college. Here it is, right there. I just don't get it. But anyway, this was a different type of topic and a different type of Facebook Live. But I like to share everything with people because it's very important that we do understand what is going on. I mean, think about what is going to be available to our kids when they get out of college. Is it going to be worth it? Is it going to be worth it for them spending 4, sometimes 5 years in college, getting out of college, laden in debt, and trying to make that all back up? Man, the more I think about it, it's like anything else. It's how the government traps you. If they can trap you by going to college and being caught in debt, guess what? You've got to work forever just to pay off that debt, to go out and build equity for yourself and become financially independent. It's a much longer race. It's a much bigger race. Obviously, parents are paying for the kids to go to school. That's a different story. But still, take a step back here. If those parents would give them the money to start a business that they were passionate about and entrepreneurial about, then guess what? To me, that makes a hell of a lot more sense than wasting 4 or 5 years of that time. And again, this is only an opinion. This is not a fact. I am not saying it any other way. I told my 3 daughters, you could do what you want. You can go to college or you can go to work right away and, help you start a business. I don't see the ROI in college. I just don't. I don't see it. And that's why I'm talking about, I came up with this little idea about virtual internships. I mean, think about how these companies would benefit from that. If they knew how many Skype calls these kids were making, if they knew how many Zoom calls they were making, if they were doing something really, really, important and productive for this company, and they didn't have to show up to an office, but they could track what they're doing. They could actually see that they're making the calls and they're getting people on and they're talking to these people. Man, that's what the future's going to be anyway. I don't know. I mean, again, just my opinion. I always have to throw that little disclaimer out there. This is just my opinion. But if there is anyone very intelligent and very smart who can counter what I'm saying, again, putting aside the professions where it's necessary to go to college, is there ROI? Is there a return on investment? Is there a return on time? Look, our most valuable assets are time, happiness, and then obviously money, right? Why aren't these kids getting out there making money right now? What are they doing? Like, to me, what are they? And again, this is just my opinion, but I was triggered by this article. I really was, because I'm always trying to look for the ways that people are trying to be manipulated and programmed, through society. And I just don't see the ROI. So anybody who has it, anybody who has the formula, maybe someone like Lee does, he's a smart guy, I know that. Hit me up in my inbox. Show me the ROI. I would love to see it. I really would. Other than that, look, I just hope everyone's being safe. It looks like we're going to start easing up on the lockdowns in certain states. So I hope whatever state you're living in or whatever country you're living in, be cautious and be careful. A lot of things going on out there. But this was just a different topic that I wanted to talk about tonight. And you guys are always awesome. I love you for listening. I love you for watching. And that's really it. But again, whoever comes up with the formula for what the ROI is in college, I'd like to know it. I just don't see the benefit anymore. I don't see the benefit anymore going forward, especially if kids have to start this fall doing classes online and everything else. Go out there and build a business, man. Do something with this opportunity. Let's teach our kids that they have an alternative. They have an alternative to do something that's right for them, but it's also right for the parents, so the parents aren't wasting their money. Like I said, I have a daughter who wants to be a doctor. Babam, I love that. Okay, great. That makes sense. Want to take care of people and everything else, you've got to be schooled on that. But if you're looking to simply, go out there and, eventually start your own business or work in a specific industry, my goodness gracious, go out there and make it happen. Elevate yourself, elevate others. Babam. Peace. I'll talk to you guys later. Have a great night.